like, hit the share for Liverpool Football Club and Jurgen Norbert Klopp. Let's get behind the team, guys. We're going to have a nice little chat tomorrow night at Anfield, of course. It is Liverpool, Napoli, Group A, last game that we have to play. We're already qualified, which is huge for the Reds. I mean, it really is, considering the nightmare Halloween type season we are having. It is Halloween today. Happy Halloween. Just look at the table, the Premier League table, and that is enough Halloween stuff for you today. So as I say, hit the like, hit the share. Let's get a few people in, have a bit of chat, a lot, whatever you want to talk about. Keep it clean, keep it real. But mainly tomorrow night, obviously, it's Napoli. Klopp did say Kanate is fit and ready to play. Klopp also said young Ramsey, the Scottish fullback, is available to play. It'd be nice to see him play. I think he'll mix it up tomorrow night against Napoli. As I say, I think we have to beat them 4-0 to win the top of the group. Why would you risk playing your best team to beat Napoli? It'd be great to beat them 4-0, but injuries and stuff like that, we cannot afford any more injuries this side of the Spurs game the weekend. We've two league games left. Spurs away on Sunday, and then Southampton the following week at Anfield. We need 6 points. We need 6 points. Luna's barking. I'm barking. Everyone's barking. Seamus Moore, good afternoon. Happy Halloween to you, Seamus. Luna's going absolutely crazy here. I'm going to have to take her in from where she is. She will bark the odd time, but don't worry. Don't worry. It's not the TikTok boys barking. It is my dog, Luna, barking. Hit the like, hit the share. Yeah, of course. Afternoon. Happy Halloween, as I say. Just look at the Premier League table, and that is enough Halloween I need today. I don't need to do trick or treats. Just look at the bloody Premier League table. That is by far enough for me today. I'm going to have to stop this dog. If she keeps barking, I'm going to have to stop her. I have to stop her, this dog. I'm live and the dog's barking her head off, Abigail. I have to stop her. She's barking her head off. But anyway, guys, tomorrow night, Napoli, Anfield. I'm barking mad, says Salvatore. I'm going to have to stop this dog. Hold on for a second. Hit the like. Let's get people in. Now, that stopped their barking. But as I say, guys, look. Tomorrow night, Napoli, the big one. Liverpool, Napoli. I'll be playing half a team. I would not be risking anybody tomorrow night with Spurs the weekend. We can't afford to. Dog's just seen the league table. Says, yeah, of course. Going mad, barking. Of course, there's bangers going off, fireworks going off. It is Halloween. Dogs do not like Halloween. I loved it as a kid. My little 11-year-old over there, Abigail's gone to a few parties tonight. A bit of trick-or-treating, but Halloween for me is probably past tense. I'm a big Christmas person, though. I love Christmas. And I'm hoping Liverpool FSG in particular can give me a few Christmas presents with a few transfers in January. You know what I mean? There is a great, check it out on, I don't know whether you guys are on Twitter or not, but I just did a video about an hour or two ago. Check it out. It's about Swiss Ramble, at Swiss Ramble on Twitter, talking about Liverpool's net spend against Man City's and wages, and it breaks it down. It's quite good. And basically does say that the 2020 season when we won the league after 30 years, that 2020 season after 30 years winning the league was the season we should have invested big. You go big when you win big. That was the time to go, and we just didn't do it. It was a wasted window, and we're already doing catch-up, and that's the problem. Luna is going absolutely mad here. I'm going to have a problem here with Luna. Abigail, you have to sort Luna out. Abigail. Is there a chance he will use this as a bounce-back game? I don't, look, it's a risk of a game. Remember a few years ago in the Champions League when we played Midtjylland away? Was it in Denmark maybe, the Scandinavian side in the Champions League? We played Jota in that game. And we all know what happened. We all know the shit show after that when Jota got injured and was out for 8 weeks or 8 or 9 weeks. And he was on fire when he went into that game. Everybody pointed to Klopp and said, why did you play him in a dead rubber game? Why did you play him in the game? We'd already qualified and he got bloody injured. So for me, this game tomorrow night is similar to that. Can we beat Napoli 4-0 the way we're playing at the moment? Even with our full team out, whoever's available, I don't even think we can do it. Will they rest a few? They probably will. They've basically won the group unless they lose 4-0 or more. So I think, yes, I want to beat them. Of course I want to beat them. Absolutely. It'd be good for us, But we've bigger fish now. We've got the Spurs game the weekend, and we've got to have players ready and rocking and rolling. We've got to have the spine rested and ready to play against Spurs away. That will not be an easy game. We cannot afford to lose another game, guys. We cannot afford not to get 3 points at the weekend. Salvatore, problem is if we goes with a strong team to get some pride back, and we lose, he'll get slated. If he goes fringe players and we get stuffed, he would get slated. He would get slated. Yeah, look, he's going to get slated either way, isn't he? He's going to get slated no matter what he does at this moment in time. I just seen him in the press conference there, and he looks a little bit down, to be fair. He really does, and I'd expect it. He was saying that he, being a 55-year-old man, he goes to the toilet quite a lot at night time, and that goal against Leeds in the last minute against Leeds at Anfield, has kept him awake, and he's woke up. I mean, it's kept me awake as well. Not really kept me awake, but you know what I mean? It was an absolute shit show. The draw wouldn't have been good anyway, the 1-1, if it would have stayed 1-1. We needed to win that too. We needed to beat Forest. We just didn't do it. You've seen the show I did a few days ago. I mean, 2 shit shows. Leeds at Anfield, Forest away. You're saying 6 points. Before even the ball's kicked, you're saying 6 points. Now, the question is, the next 2 games before the World Cup, the 2 league games left before the World Cup, Spurs away, Southampton at home, are you saying 6 points? Are you saying 4 points? Are you saying 3 points? Are you saying no points? Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde on Halloween. That is the question. That is the question. Hit that like button. Let's get people in, guys. The more likes, more people come in. It's an algorithm, and that's the way it works. And the more people like, the better it gets for the show. Wife turned up to visit me, so unfortunately can't chat, says Salvatore. Wow, she actually visits you. Your wife, you are really, really doing well. Enjoy your afternoon, but give a like before you go, bro. Give a like button before you go. But as I said, we're going to have a little chat. Nice little relaxing chat. Obviously, it's about Liverpool, Napoli tomorrow night, but it can be about whatever you want. We did an FSG in, FSG out, Klopp in, Klopp out yesterday, or a few days ago. Twitter is a crazy place to be at the moment, guys. It really is a crazy place to be at the moment. There is so much TikTok boys, Insta boys on TikTok. They're all over the place at the moment. Klopp in, Klopp out, and, just relax, calm down. The World Cup at the end of the day, which is in a few weeks away. I know it's crazy. I know it's madness. It's in November, the World Cup. We'll say it again. It's in Qatar, and it's in the World Cup. Could come at the right time for us. You know what I mean? We need something to get us out of this nightmare. And it could happen. I would be happy with 4 points from the next 2 league games. Says Neil, trainer Nilo. Hopefully you're well, my friend. My brother Nilo's in, all the way from Cork. Yeah, look, we need 6 points, Neil. We need 6. We can't drop any more points. I mean, top 4 is going to be, wow. I mean, you've Arsenal on top now with City. I think those 2 have the top 2 places wrapped up. I still think City are going to win the league. And then you've got United, who won yesterday 1-0 against West Ham. You've got United. You've got Chelsea, who are hot and cold. You've Spurs, who are playing against the weekend. That's why we need to beat them, get something off them, because they're the team that are going to be up against us for the top 4. Plus, you've also got Newcastle United thrown into the mix. So you've basically got 5 teams looking for 2 spots outside Arsenal City. And as I say, if we don't get top 4, it's a disaster. If we do not get top 4, it's an absolute disaster. Spurs is a must-win, says Seamus. Yes, it is. Spurs is an absolute must-win. It is. But let's see. I mean, the way we're playing at the moment, every bloody game's a must-win, you know what I mean? Maybe we can get a bit of confidence out of the Napoli game, but we've seen us in the Europe Champions League winning 3-0 away to Ajax and then sandwiched in between a Forest diabolical turn-up and then Leeds at the weekend, or Leeds on Saturday. So who knows? Who knows? I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. I really, really don't. But look, guys, it's going to be interesting. I don't know what he's going to do tomorrow. I think he will mix it up. He'll rest 4 or 5 and bring in 4 or 5. That's definitely what he's going to do. He hinted at it in his press conference an hour ago. Obviously, Konate's back fit. Ramsey, you would think those 2. Maybe Tsimikas. Kelleher in goal, needs a game. He hasn't played in a long time. Treadbear up front. The likes of Ox probably starts. You know what I mean? Carvalho starts. Hendo maybe. You keep 2 or 3 spine players in there because you don't want to get, embarrassed either. Do you rest Van Dijk and play Gomez, Konate? Do you, rest Fabinho and Thiago? Play Curtis Jones, maybe Milner and Hendo in the middle and Carvalho up front. Does Bobby and Salah play? I'd be surprised he plays Salah tomorrow night. I really would. Does Nunez play? Probably Nunez needs games, needs goals. Maybe he does play Nunez. Rest Salah, plays Bobby and maybe Carvalho and Elliott in the midfield. I don't know what he does, but I definitely would mix it up. I'd be surprised if he goes full strength against Napoli. It'd be different if it meant something. If we only had to beat Napoli by 1 goal and to win the group type of thing, but we beat them by 4 just to win the group and we're already through with a big game against Spurs the weekend. I can't see it. Cannot see it. But you never know with Klopp, do you? You never know. We do need wins. We do need results. I mean, if we got hammered tomorrow night at Anfield, say we got beaten 2-3-0, you know, it really wouldn't be good, would it? It wouldn't be good. I don't know what Napoli are going to do. Are Napoli going to rest players, considering they don't need a full-strength team out tonight? I mean, they're doing well. They're probably the best team in Europe at the moment, Napoli. They really are unbelievable at the moment, playing really well. Great football. They're playing like Liverpool at the best, that intensity, that attacking style. Some really good young players with them. Spalletti is doing the spaghetti. Spalletti's doing a great job there. But I mean, they are really, really doing a great job and in a great place. So they're coming into Anfield. They're rolling into Anfield very confident. I can't see Klopp resting many players tomorrow night. I can't see, says Seamus. I can see. I definitely can see. But look, we'll wait and see. It's tomorrow night. But as I say, guys, we're going to come in here and have a nice little chat. Hit the like, hit the share. Let's get a few people in. That's the main thing, I suppose. But get your comments in. What would your 11 be for tomorrow night? What would you do? What would your approach be to the big game at Anfield tomorrow night? Would you go easy, play half a team, rest all the big boys, leave them on the bench when we need them type of thing? Or would you go strong and see how it goes? Risk injury with 2 league games left? So we've only got 4 games left this side of the World Cup. Tomorrow night at Anfield, of course, against Napoli. Last game in Champions League, already qualified. Then we got Spurs away. And then we've got a League Cup game sandwiched against Derby at Anfield in the League Cup and holders, of course. And then we got Southampton at Anfield in the league. 2 huge league games, really. But I was hoping and dreaming we would have had at least 6 more points in the bag, or even 4 points in the bag, but we don't. We are where we are. We got to get behind the team. We got to get behind Klopp and go again and keep going. That's all we got to do. But as I say, put your 11 in, what you think will start tomorrow night against Napoli and what your approach should be. Who would you like coming in January? Who would you wouldn't like? Are you FSG in? Are you FSG out? We did this the other day. Klopp in, Klopp out. This is what it's all about. Shake it all about. Be careful what you wish for, though. Be really careful what you wish for. I mean, that's the big thing I took out of it. You know what I mean? That is the big thing I took out of it. Be really careful what you wish for. The grass isn't always greener. Ravi Bakari is in. Ravi, how are you, my friend? Hopefully you are well. What's your 11 tomorrow night against Napoli? Do you care about the game? Is your eyes on the Spurs game more than it is tomorrow night? Thinking that we really do need 3 points against Spurs. Spurs have been hot and cold, as I say. Newcastle beat them at White Hart Lane. So they'll be, you know what I mean? They'll want to bounce back too. So it's really going to be interesting. But they have a game against Marseille in the Champions League. I think they're away from home. They need at least a draw. So I think it's Wednesday they play. We'll be keeping an eye on that. I mean, if they were to get knocked out of the Champions League, they would be under pressure going into the game on Sunday. So, I mean, games change, games, mindsets, mentality and stuff like that. So we just find out. I want a performance from Liverpool tomorrow night. Of course we do. I mean, I think it's big money still for a win. I think it's big money if you win, you get 3 points. You know, absolutely huge money. Hi, Dave. How are you? How are you, my friend? Hopefully you're well. I can't pronounce your name. Yuvral, is it? Dalwal, Yuvral, is it Yuvral? Ravi, I'm not an in or out like cricket. I just want people at Liverpool to do more and make us great again. You just want to put the hand on a checkbook and spend a few quid in January, basically. That's basically, everybody knows what they've got to do. I'm sure even FSG know what they've got to do. The question is, will they do it? Will they get that checkbook out? Will they get that pen? And will they sign on the dotted line for 1 or 2 midfielders and a bit of a boost for Liverpool in January? Let's hope they do, because I'm sure other teams will too. So other teams will too. It's going to be so tight for the top 4 race. Other teams will do. At the moment, we're not even in it, but we've got to get ourselves in it with 2 league games left this side of the World Cup. And I think if we can win those 2, we have a chance. If we don't, I think we're in deeper shit than we're in now. As I say, happy Halloween to all the guys in the chat, of course. Happy Halloween. Just look at the Premier League table, because that is scary enough for Liverpool fans. That's your Halloween. You don't even need to go trick-or-treating tonight. Just look at the table. Dave, we need to get the in-game management right as well. Yeah, it's been lacking a bit. I mean, it's unusual to say about Klopp and Liverpool in-game management has been lacking. And to be honest, it has. Some of the substitutions, the times of the substitutions has been unusual, to say the least. Seamus Moore's putting his team in. Alisson, Milner, Tsimikas, Van Dijk, Gomez, Fabinho, Jones, Elliott, Diaz. Can't be Diaz. Diaz is out injured, buddy. Bobby and Salah. But Diaz is out till Christmas. Diaz is out till you meant Nunez instead of Diaz. Sorry. Yeah. Sorry, you're going to swap Diaz with Nunez. It'd be great to have Diaz. I seen Diaz picture on Instagram the other day, and he's looking like he's getting back into it. Obviously, won't make it this side of the World Cup, but it'd be great to have a Diaz and a Diogo Jota ready to rock come Christmas, wouldn't it? Straight after the World Cup. That's what I'm dreaming for. That's what we're hoping on. I wish Diaz was back. Absolutely, Seamus. We all wish Diaz was back. Dave, we can still attract players. We have that pull still. Of course we do. We're Liverpool Football Club. We've got the ground. We've got the stadium. We've got the fan base. We've got the training ground. We've got world-class players at the club right now. And, of course, we've got Jurgen Norbert Klopp, one of the best managers in the world right now. Bang. Of course we can. The question is, it's all about the Wonga. It's all about the Benjamin Franklins. It's all about the money. That's what it's about. Will FSG dip into the transfer kitty and bring one or two? I think we need two. I don't even think one be enough. We might need two players in. The question is, will one or two go? Will one or two come in? That is the big questions for Liverpool, which won't be answered now for this side of Christmas. So I don't think we need to worry about that until now. You'll hear rumours like a good Fleetwood Mac album. You'll hear rumours all over the shop. I've heard about 15 already in the last week. So I wouldn't worry about rumours too much. Dave, is 4-4-2 the one that will suit us with Nunez playing? Well, I mean, we know Klopp has changed it to 4-2-3-1 to try utilise Nunez, and when everybody's fit, it seems to work and looks good. But I still think he loves the 4-3-3. He loves the 4-3-3. That's what brought us all our success. That's what brought us all our trophies. You could play 4-4-2 tomorrow night, maybe try it against Napoli. You have a League Cup game where it's sort of a dead rubber as well. Maybe try something different. You know, it's a game from tomorrow night. I wouldn't say to overly experiment in, but you can certainly experiment in the lineup. You can experiment in the formation. I mean, he's not going to get many times to do it. He's not going to get many times to do it. But tomorrow night's probably one of them. I just don't know the mindset, what way he's going to go to tomorrow night. Is he going to treat it as a big game at Napoli and try to give it sort of a psychological blow to Napoli by putting out a strong team and trying to beat them? Whether they beat them 4-0 or not is another question, but just beat them anyway, 1-0 to them. Or will he say, listen, you know, we'll keep some of the top players on the bench. Why would you risk them for injury? I mean, let's say he played Salah or Thiago or Van Dijk and one of them got injured. Wow. We'd be in trouble, wouldn't we? What a horrific press conference. Klopp out tonight. Oh, my God. Klopp out saying Klopp out. Well, we know by your name, obviously you're Klopp out, but my God. You always get one, don't you? You always get one. Klopp out saying Klopp out. But as I say to me, it's not Klopp out. It's absolutely not Klopp out. It's FSG spend. That's what we need. We need FSG to spend. That's what we need. That's what Liverpool Football Club, that's what the fan base wants. That's what you guys want. Spend. John W. Henry, stop buying all these yachts and spend it on players, midfielders in particular. I would start Keller, Milner, Gomez, Kanate, Tsimikas, Fabinho, Jones, Elliott, Carvalho, Nunez and Bobby No-Look. That's probably something like I would go as well. The question is, will Klopp go that? Dave, thoughts on the Falcao? Can he only be one game a week? He can only play one game a week now? I didn't even know that. Didn't even hear about that. Didn't even know about that. You tell me, Ravi. Come on, guys. 10 people in, only 4 likes. Get those likes up to 10. Let's even match the people that are in. That'd be a good idea, wouldn't it? Let's go. Hit the like button. But as I say, bit of chat. Napoli tomorrow night at Anfield. They are in some form. We have a really good side. Haven't you, Napoli? Great to watch. Very good to watch. I am Klopp out. He's not good enough anymore. Oh, John, no, please. Klopp out. Oh, my God, he's killing me. It's all Klopp out. It's all Klopp out so far. John is going Klopp out. Falcao is Fabinho. Sorry, I don't call him Fabinho. I call him the fabulous Brazilian Fab Fabinho. I don't call him Falcao, do you? I've seen it once or twice, but you caught me off there, Ravi. But one game a week when he's not getting any younger. His legs aren't quite at it, are they? Realistically, I mean, he hasn't been at it all season. Even the back end of last season, he hasn't been 100%. So, you know, maybe that's true. Klopp out. More defeat is necessary to make him wake up, says Caffeine Addict. I think you should be drinking more coffee, my friend. Top of the morning, Dave. How are you, son? I'm absolutely fantastic, my friend. I'm having another little Diet Coke. I'm not on a diet, but I think the Coke is. Rossi Boy is in the house. How are you, Rossi? Hopefully you're well. Hit the like button, guys. Let's go. Let's hit that like button. Get it up to 10 likes. More people come in. The algorithm goes with YouTube and it pushes people towards us. We get the chat going. We stay on longer. And it's actually a better experience, isn't it? Do you think Tottenham can get grouped? Can get grouped? Can get out of that group. Marseille, they need to win or even a draw. But if they get grouped, if they get beaten, pressure will be on both teams. Look, I think it's a big game. Yeah, I think a draw is good enough for Tottenham to get out of that. But it's going to be a tough game for them. We don't really need that out of the Napoli game, to be fair. They need something. They need to be at it 100% against Marseille. Marseille away in France is not easy. So I'm hoping something happens there to help us for the weekend game against Spurs. Klopp has credit. He isn't going anywhere or nowhere, says Gary. Absolutely. It's not Klopp's fault, it's a shame. It's more. Look, whose fault is it? I mean, is it FSG fault? I told you that Swiss Ramble thing on Twitter. Check it out. I did a video earlier on. It's basically pointing to the fact that we didn't spend big at the time of our height, which was, of course, winning the league in 2020. The first time we won the league in 30 years. That's right where we were at our like ultimate zenith of our being as Liverpool fans. I know we won Champions League the year before and we've got the Champions League final last year and stuff like that. But to win the league, the bread and butter league, to win it up against the oligarchs or the Man Cities, the oil boys. But we should have spent big in 2 or 3 really, really big players when we won the league in 2020 in June, July, August of that year, and we just didn't do it. That was a lost transfer window. That was a definite loss, and we're catching up now, and it's building up on us, and that, for me, is part of the problem. I don't think he will make it to next week, says John. You have me on, John, here. Not investing in players is the problem. It's down to the owners. Howie Dave, never been more excited for an international break. Bring on the World Cup, says Rossi. Yeah, it might save us. The World Cup actually, and it's hard for me to say the World Cup is going to save us in November, isn't it? I mean, it's absolutely crazy that there is a World Cup in November. I mean, that's another podcast. That's the craziness. That's the money. That's the FIFA. That's a lot of people dying building stadiums and human rights and just loads of stuff to talk about in the World Cup. We can talk about it for a bit if you want, but that's absolutely great. I still think it's a big, big mistake. It's going to disrupt so many top leagues, especially in Europe, and I just think it's a mistake. I do not want to see the world in the winter again. I mean, it's an absolute joke. Dave, does Kanate deserve to start games, says Ravi? Well, he's only back from injury, so Klopp said today that he's fit and ready to rock, so I'd be surprised if you do not see Kanate. I think Kanate is a defo. Tsimikas is a defo. Keller is a defo. These type players, Jones, Milner, these guys will be starting against Napoli tomorrow. I have absolutely no doubt. 100 million for Nunez is a big enough for this season. Could have gone for 2 great players for that, more or less for that price. Well, look, we needed a forward. Mane left. We brought in Diaz. Mane was still there. Then Diaz went. We brought in Nunez. I still think Nunez is going to hit. I really do. I just think he needs confidence. He could have had 2 against Leeds the other night. He really should have had 2 against Leeds the other night. It's been stop-start from. He's been either injured or suspended. But I think he'll score goals for us. I really do think he'll score goals. The dog is going mad. The dog doesn't agree with me. Luna doesn't agree. I'm going to have to get Luna here. She doesn't agree with me. She's barking her head off. She's obviously FSG out. We need to get feel-good factor back, says Ravi. Absolutely. Hold on, I'm just going to get the dog here. Hold on a second. Hit the like button, guys. Let's go. Luna is barking her head off. Absolutely barking her head off. Driving me mad and barking me mad. She's obviously not happy with Liverpool's position. There she is again. Look. She wants to go at the back. She wants to go at the back garden. I'll let her out. But guys, look. At the end of the day, we got to be doing better, don't we? We got to be doing better. Hit the like, hit the share. 20 people in, only 9 likes. Like. Klopp out tonight. And let's just move on. Jesus, John, you're having me on Halloween here, yeah? You're having me on a Halloween. That dog is driving me around the bend. Let her out the back garden. Dave, you can't be Klopp in, seriously. We lost the Leeds in Nottingham. I'm definitely Klopp in, 100%. Put it here, put it on your Twitter. Put it on whatever you want. Pin it. I am Klopp in. Absolutely. I'm even FSG in. But I'm only FSG in if they spend big in January. Get the players and back Jurgen Klopp. Surely they've heard what they need to do. They know what to do. They've got to get behind them. We got to rock and roll. Huge 2 windows coming up this January and the summer. And they got to back Klopp. But I want Klopp to be the manager that they're backing. I want Klopp to be the manager that Liverpool are winning with and getting back to winning ways, because I think he's the only one that can do it. Who do you want in? You want Klopp out? Who do you want in? You want FSG out? Who do you want in? Let's go. I want your answer of who you want in if you want Klopp out. Klopp in any fans that's want him out need their heads checking, says Seamus. Absolutely. Or a head wobble. You know those head wobbles? It's absolutely crazy. There is no way. I think John's having us on here, is he? But I'd like to know, John, if you want Klopp out, who do you want in? That's the big question I'm throwing out there. We were talking about Napoli as well. We could talk about the Napoli, the lineup tomorrow night. Spurs game the weekend. The way we've been shite in the last 2 league games against Forest and, of course, Spurs. But if you want Klopp out, who do you want in? Who do you think can turn around that team? Transition. It could take 2 or 3 years to turn around. And then where do we go? Conference League? If we do sack Klopp, I will be so pissed. And what's worried me is this story ends up with a manager getting the sack. The owners always win. It won't happen. Poch, fuck off Poch. I don't even rate him. John, I don't rate him. I absolutely Pochettino, don't rate him. You think Pochettino's better than Klopp? Come on. I mean, Klopp and Pep are up there. That's it. Klopp and Pep are the 2 boys. Top managers right now. Absolutely unbelievable. Different level. Pochettino, I just don't rate him. What has he done for anybody? What has he done? He's a bottler. I mean, he went to PSG, he got kicked out of there. Spurs, he lost to us in the Champions League final. Spurs didn't turn up. He's definitely taking the piss, as Rossi boy. He must be. Poch. Come on. Poch. That definitely won't happen. Jeez, that'd be a downgrade. From Klopp to Poch, Poch to Klopp. That would be a downgrade of all time. And I just cannot see that happening. But as I say, guys, who do you want in? Mourinho. I've seen someone put Mourinho in. It's not April Fool's Day today, guys. It's Halloween. That would be a scary thought. Imagine Mourinho. Imagine the type of football Liverpool would play if they had Mourinho instead of Klopp. Jesus Christ. 5 men behind the ball. There's no manager that would replicate what Klopp has done at Liverpool. Absolutely. Klopp's shite. We are closer to relegation than top forces, John. John, you're definitely having me on now. But, yeah, possibly true. That's true. But the main thing for Liverpool now, we need to kick on. We need to get behind the team, get behind the manager. If you don't want to do that, that's your business. That's your opinion. Whatever. But we got to get moving. Luciano Spalletti is a fine manager, but I would rather Jurgen Klopp. Yes, Sir Oswald. Spalletti, what a job he's doing at Napoli. I mean, we'll see tomorrow night. I mean, they're absolutely on fire. Every game, they're attacking, they've intensity, similar to what Liverpool had at their best. And I think it was mentioned today at the press conference, Napoli looked like Liverpool 2-3 years ago, and they actually do. I'd like 1 or 2 of their players as well. They're really good. The question is, can Napoli hold on to their players? I mean, that great Ajax team a few years ago lost half their team. Can Napoli hold on to their players in the next season or so? I'm sure everyone's going to come looking for them this summer. They won't sell in January, but in the summertime, you know. But Spalletti is one. I'm sure a lot of teams will be looking at Spalletti now as well. He's got that bald Pep look as well. I mean, he really is top, full of energy. Martin Nolan says Jesse Marsh, who of course is the American Leeds United manager. No, I mean, before the Liverpool game, let's be real. Before the Liverpool game, only a few days ago, Jesse Marsh was being, up for the sack. I don't know whether this Liverpool win will do anything for him. He could lose the next game and he'd be still up for the sack. So I don't know about that. I think they still love Bielsa up there in Leeds, don't they? They're singing his name and stuff like that. But it might turn them around. Maybe the kick they needed up their arse. Who knows? Napoli are a lot of people's bet for the Champions League this season. They're the dark horse, of course, Napoli. They've always been a good side. They've always come up against us for some bloody reason. Who'll ever forget the Alisson save in injury time in 2019? The 2019 season we won, it was actually 2018. It was October 2018, but it was the 2019 season we won number 6. Let's talk about 6, baby. That Alisson save. He doesn't save that, we're not winning number 6. But I mean, we've had history with Napoli. Nobody will want to draw Napoli in the last 16, says Neil. Absolutely. to be honest, nobody will even want to draw Liverpool. We've such a heritage, such a record in the Champions League. And remember, guys, we will not be kicking another ball after tomorrow night in the Champions League till February. We'll have the likes of a Jota, we'll have the likes of a Diaz, Matip, Kanate back fit, all our players, maybe even a Naby Keita back fully fit by February, and possibly FSG, if you're listening, one or two players in by February. So it'll be a different team by February, hopefully. Could even be on a roll, could be rock and rolling by February, and everything changes. Who knows? I mean, what's that? 5, 6, 7, 8 weeks is a long time in football. We've World Cups, Christmas, and all to get over before we kick a ball of any real meaning like last 16 in the Champions League. So, anything can change. We've seen it in football. I mean, anything can change in football. A few runs, bit of luck. You get a goal, you get a win, you change it. The players get confidence back. Nunez starts banging them in. Salah starts banging them in. All of a sudden, you go, wow. Players come back from injury. And it's a different team. So, Naby Keita fit. That's funny, Dave. I never said he was fit. I'm saying he might come back fit, but that's with a big, big caveat. I mean, Naby Keita and fit just don't fit. They just don't fit. That sentence doesn't fit, basically, if you get my meaning. But Jurgen Klopp. Here's a nice little fan. I'm a fan of the German Jurgen Klopp. Did you get that one? But hit the like, hit the share. Let's get that up to 10 likes, guys. Let's go. But look, for me, as I say, tomorrow night, I'm not saying it's a dead rubber. I'll watch the game. We'll do an instant match reaction and all that type of stuff. Of course we will. We'll treat it as any other game. But it's not a game I'd play the full team. It just isn't because of the way it is and the league at the weekend. A tough one away to Spurs. I'd be resting players. I really, really would. No matter what form we are in the Premier League, we always turn up in the Champions League. Remember the Barcelona comeback? We have so much heritage. I do remember the Barcelona. I mean, everybody remembers the Barcelona comeback, 3-0 down. We were unlucky to be 3-0 down in that game, let's be real. But coming back 4-0 and Salah with the never give up shirt on. And I mean, that was ridiculous. That game is the best ever in Liverpool's history, as in recent history. No doubt about it. We'll go down probably top 5 of all time wins for Liverpool. I mean, that was a good Barcelona side with Messi and Suarez and stuff like that, Coutinho. They had just won the league. They had just won the Spanish league the week before. So they were champions. And they were saying, listen, handy, we'll go in, we'll have Ajax and Spurs in the final, we'll have a double here. And all of a sudden, the Reds, bang, baby. Big Divock Origi with 2 and Gini with 2. 2 boys that are gone. Divock and Gini went on, and we haven't really replaced Gini. I talked about it yesterday. We have not replaced Gini at all in the club. We need a Gini in January. We need a Gini out of a bottle. Someone like that, someone with energy, someone with just run around all day. A nuisance, basically. We needed a nuisance player in midfield in January. But there's not many out there. I mean, Gini's injured at the moment for PSG. Didn't really work out for him to move. Did it? I think he's in a long-term injury. But, the grass isn't always greener, as they say. But, look, what do we do, guys? I mean, tomorrow night, I mix it up. There's no doubt about it. I just mix it up. I do not play a full team tomorrow night. It's not going to happen. Seamus Moore's asking John who replaces Klopp. I think he said Pochettino. I'm almost certain he said Pochettino, which is funny, but you know what I mean. You have to have your opinion on here, my friend. Just keep it real, keep it clean and real. But you can have your opinion, absolutely. No, there you go, Pochettino. John is saying Pochettino in, Klopp out. Wow, who do you want as owners? Who has the few billion to buy Liverpool and will spend it mad without taking money out of the club or doing a glazer's job, taking dividends out and stuff like that, not building the stadium up and around the ground or giving you a new 50, 60 million pounds training ground at AXA, Kirby training facility and stuff like that? I don't know. That's the question. Who has that money? Are they Chinese? Are they Chinese? Are they Middle Eastern? Are they Russian? Are they oligarchs? What are they? The only way Klopp gets sacked is if we always play bad and we are in the bottom 4 and there's a manager available better than Klopp, which there will not be. Let's not hope we're in the bottom 4. Maybe if it's a relegation battle, you could say they might do a change, obviously, but who do you want? I mean, everybody talked about Gerrard. Look what Gerrard did to Villa. Didn't do particularly good, did he? I don't think Gerrard's ready for a big job yet. I think he needs another 2 or 3 years before he needs to be a bit more successful. He was decent at Rangers, of course, but different kettle of fish in the Premier League. FSG seriously need to look at their structures because they aren't working, said Seamus. Look, I've said it. 2020 was a missed opportunity in the window. When you're at the top, when you're at your zenith, when you're at your best, that's when you invest, basically. When you're at your strongest, you invest. Not when you're at your weakest, which we will be now in January. Because most of the teams can take you for it as well. January is a poor time to be spending money because most teams don't want to get rid of their players. And they'll ask for premium for the players. They'll know Liverpool are desperate for that player. So let's say you want 50 million. He's worth 50. Well, give me 80 for him and he's yours. You know, the type of thing. They know we want Champions League football and we'll have to be in around Champions League football come April or whatever. So that's Klopp out tonight. I think Glasgow Red's just acting the fiddle, to be fair. He's acting the fiddle tonight, John. But so, you know, January isn't ideal, but it is what it is. And I think we've got to make the most of it. We really, really do got to make the most of it. And I'm just hoping FSG open that checkbook and do make the most of it. And back Klopp in January. Would you sell Fabinho or even consider that because he has been a shadow of himself and he's a key part to our system? I wouldn't sell Fabinho. Who do you bring in instead of Fabinho? Who do you bring in? Whoever we buy in January, we know they will be injured or a hologram. Here's another Matrix conspiracy. Melodramatic. We know what Arthur Melo was like. It was a bit of a Melo. Melo was basically a hologram. Ben Davies was a hologram. Kabak was sort of a hologram. If you look at what we have won since 2019, where did the money go from all those competitions? Look, you can talk about, you know, the new stadium rebuilds and redevelopment and all that type of thing. Any road, of course, opening up next year, but another 7,000 almost will be ready to start the next season, 23-24. We have spent money on players, but the thing about it is, as I said to you, we've missed one or two windows and now we're trying to catch up. We've let the age profile go up, especially in midfield, and that's the problem. And we're getting injuries there as well. Maybe it's a problem with we've talked about this the other day. Maybe it's a problem with the training regime. Maybe it's the intensity over the last 3 or 4 years or the 63-match season last year. Maybe it's just coming to bite us. Maybe it is. It's just coming to bite us now. Maybe it was just too much. That's why a lot of teams don't do 63-match seasons. It's so rare, so rare, and so hard to do. Possibly Kimmich from Bayern. He's a world class and would fit our system. I do like Kimmich. I know Klopp likes Kimmich, of course. I'm sure Klopp has his eye on German league, being German himself, and would have scouts and stuff in Germany, in the Bundesliga, all over Europe and the world. But, you know, certain leagues, top leagues, you know, Portugal, of course, we've got a good affinity with FC Porto, things like that. I mean, Pep Linders and a few lads. Vito is another one of Liverpool's coaching staff, of course, who is Portuguese. And Pep speaks Portuguese. Plus the injuries are piling up. Oh my God. Dave, what would you do then? Can't just do nothing. I'll tell you what I'd do. I'd get behind the team. I'd get behind the team right now. We've 2 league games left this side of the World Cup. Recoup in the World Cup. Get everybody who's out injured back fit. We've 2 games then, I think, after the World Cup before the window opens. And I'd hope and dream that Klopp gets backing in January. I certainly wouldn't get rid of Klopp. Certainly wouldn't be lambasting anybody. It doesn't work. It's no use. It negates the system. We just got to get behind him. Hope that FSG answer Klopp's call. That's what I would do. And try bringing in a midfielder or 2. That's simple as that. I'm sure that everybody in the world will have scouts at the World Cup. Problem with buying players that turn up at the World Cup is that price just goes through the roof. And if you're going to buy them in January, it even doubles and triples through the roof. Declan Rice they're talking about. Jude Bellingham they're talking about. This is at the top end. Will Liverpool pay that type of money? You're talking 100 plus big wages. We talked about this yesterday. Casado of Brighton, of course, as well. I think they looked at him just before the window closed. That was the time to buy him. His price will just keep going up with Brighton. That's the problem Liverpool will have. The prices just keep going up. The wife has gone to get coffee. January isn't best time. Normally, I agree, but it's desperate times at the moment. Do you agree? It is desperate at the moment. It is absolutely. Tell her to get me a coffee as well. I do agree. January's a terrible time to buy anything in it. Look, crazy life. It's a crazy 3 years. Pandemics, COVID, bleeding world wars, almost world wars, Ukraine, anything could happen there. We're living in crazy recessions, price of oil, price of gas. And here we are talking to football, which is a great thing because it takes our mind off. We'd like to be in a better place. We'd like to be winning games, top of the league, you know, winning the group, doing this, doing that, and just talking about how brilliant we are. Yes, but we are where we are. I'll have a cappuccino, please, Seamus. I do like a cappuccino, actually. I actually like the cappuccino at McDonald's. It's not bad. It's cheap and cheerful, but it ain't bad. The cappuccino at McDonald's, I do like that in there. But yeah, so guys, get your questions in. Who would I like? Nobody. I don't want anybody other than Klopp, John. I want Klopp to stay. As I say, I want Klopp to stay, and I want the FSG to back him. Simple. That's the answer. Will it happen? I don't know. We'll find out in January. We'll definitely find out in 6 months between January and next year. I don't think FSG would be in any way going to sell unless they got some crazy offer, someone like DIC coming in from the Middle East or something that paid over the odds for Liverpool. But I just, why would they sell up? I mean, Liverpool are up there, the fan base, the brand, they've never been stronger. There's a chance we mightn't get Champions League football next year. There's a big chance. If we don't finish in top four, of course we won't. We could win the Champions League number 7. You never know. But that's part of their plan. But I don't know. And I just think it's important for Liverpool to be there or thereabouts. So let's see where we are in January. If we bring in 1 or 2 players, will it help us get that top 4 spot? Who knows? I hope so. Absolutely hope so. Dream so. Want so. But we shall see. Hit the like button, guys. We're still stuck on 9 likes for some reason. Let's get the double figures on the likes. It's important because more likes we have, it's an algorithm. I think I got 150 likes the other day on the live show. 150 likes. I mean, that was ridiculous. The more likes, more people come in. It's as simple as usually the way it works. But as I say, guys, get your questions in. Tomorrow night, Napoli, of course, visit Anfield. I'm not saying it's a dead rubber. It's a game you want to win. We want to win every game at Anfield. We want to get some confidence. We want players to get goals and get confidence. The likes of Nunez maybe get a goal or 2, but I think he's going to mix it up. He's got to mix the 11. There's no reason he's going to go strong tomorrow night. I mean, and risk injuries with Spurs and Southampton in the league left. Come on, Dave. Let's be real about this. He's got to go tonight, says John. You're acting the fiddle now, John. Come on. He's got to go tonight. What's happening tonight? It's Monday night. Is it Halloween? Or maybe because it's Halloween. Maybe it's trick-or-treating. Maybe Klopp is going to dress up as John W. Henry and go around trick-or-treating. Instead of asking for fruit and sweets, he's asking for some money for the transfer kitty. Champions League out. Premier League out. Klopp out, says Caffeine Addict. I think you better stick to the coffee, baby. Out of form in Europe is as good as it's out from in Europe is good. It's the league. Our form is good in Europe. You mean is as good. The league is where the problem. Well, the league is where the problem is. Yeah, but we got to turn it around fast, don't we, guys? We've got to turn it around fast. Start with Spurs the weekend because that's gonna be a tricky game. I mean, Spurs in the day can turn up. Kane and Son, and I like Son. I really do like Son. I'd like him in Liverpool. He'd be a top signing, but it's midfield we have the problem with. But we shall see. We shall see. Would you take Enzo Fernandez from Benfica? Would be a big cost, but that is football now. We might have to pay 120 million to replace. I'd take anybody now, but the question is, would FSG pay right now? That's the question you want to be asking. Would FSG pay that type of money? Would you take De Jong, Frankie De Jong from Barcelona? We sort of know he wants out. But he's on big money too, and the wages are ridiculous, over $500,000 a week. Would FSG pay that? I don't think so. Would FSG pay half it? Barcelona pay the other half by taking him on loan for 6 months or 5 months, from January to June? Possible. They're looking at him again. We need something. We need creativity. We need a bit of steel. That's why I'm thinking maybe 2 midfielders. We need steel and we need creativity. If you can get it in one player, it's great. But more steel in one player and creativity in another player would be even better, wouldn't it? In midfield. So I'm sure they are scouring the world and Europe as we speak and have been for the past probably year or few months. It has to fit the profile. I mean, you can't just come into Liverpool. You have to have a profile, a certain profile, age. You have to be the right temperament. You have to have so much right with you to sign for Liverpool. He's run his course, can't manage us forever, says Charlie Webb. Wow, a lot of people saying Klopp out here today, guys. Give me a thumbs up for Klopp in, and give me a thumbs down on the link here for Klopp out. I would take him on loan from Barcelona. So I presume we're talking about Frankie De Jong. That has creativity. Like, imagine a midfielder for De Jong, Thiago. That would be quality and have balance. Yeah, I like him, but it's just the money again. We come back to the money. We come back to the wages. We come back to the transfer fee, and the wages are just probably just a little bit out. Have to see at the end of the season, says Charlie. We will see, I'd say, by the end of the season. We'll probably see in January to see what motivation, what options and motivation FSG give Klopp give the team, give the fan base, because the fan base will not be happy if FSG do not get behind the manager in January and bring in, the likes of a Ben Davies, Kabak, Mello, Arthur Mello, these type players. If you start bringing in stopgap players, basically, 10, 8, 9, 10 million pound players. Now, we brought in Robertson from Hull. I think it was 8 million, rose to about 9, 10 million, but what a signing he was. They do work. They're gems in a bag of coal. They're diamonds, rough diamonds, but they're very rare and they're very hard to do. And the one thing we have been doing over the last 4 or 5 years in particular has been buying gems for cheap. And when they signed for Liverpool after a season, they've doubled or tripled in price, quadrupled in some cases. As soon as they play for Liverpool, like even Jota's doubled his price. You know what I mean? Diaz probably doubled his price. I will always back Klopp no matter what happens. What he has done is mad with a low budget. There you go, the low budget. Any other manager would walk, but Klopp did not. So if you're Klopp out, remember what he has done for us. Klopp has money in the bank. Klopp has time in the bank. He's here till 2026. And I, for one, hope he's here for longer than 2026. We need to sign the proven players that can slot straight into the starting 11 or into the squad. Into the starting 11, I would say. Players that can literally, okay, he can start, yeah, and you'd have no problem, or you'd have no second thoughts about it. He can play, he can start, that type of player. But they're hard to get. Everyone's going to be looking for them in January. Every top team is going to be looking. You're going to have probably Arsenal looking to get someone in. You're going to have maybe even City looking to get someone in. Push. They want that Champions League, let's be real. If United have money to spend still, after that crazy amount they spent in the summer. Chelsea, a bit all over the shop. Will they go big? Will Spurs go big? You've even other teams there that might, West Ham, Everton, might go big. And you've Newcastle United, who have the money, as Seamus Moore says, to go big. So Liverpool have got to match at least. Have got to match at least and be very shrewd and be very, go in for the 1 or 2 players early and get them in. Bang, deal done. But Newcastle United is another one on the horizon, as we say. I mean, they're probably slightly ahead of themselves in their development. I mean, they're up around top 4. Did they expect to be up around top 4 so quick? Maybe next season I thought would have been. So they're probably a year ahead of the development. Eddie Howe's doing a great job there. But they have money, and I say they keep spending it. They've spent it right, though. I mean, you can have all the money in the world. Doesn't mean you're going to spend it right and buy the right players. You know what I mean? We've seen teams do it. Everton did it a while ago, spent a lot of money, and we're absolutely shite. So you've got to spend it right. If Fabinho continues to do bad performances and struggles, would you consider selling him? No. I mean, not many players like Fabinho out there, is there? There is not many players out there, for Fabinho. Villa will spend under Unai Emery, of course. I'm sure they've offered to give Unai Emery some money in January. Otherwise, he would not have come in. That squad won't be good enough. So I'm sure he'll have big money to spend as well. Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying. There's going to be other teams. It's not just about Liverpool in January or next summer in the transfer window or market. There's going to be other teams in there, some trying to fight off relegation and try to stay in the Premier League, and others trying to get top 4. And others trying to get into that lucrative top 4 Champions League where all the gold and all the money is, of course. The big money, the TV money. Higher you finish up the table in the Premier League is, of course, every place is worth a few quid. So big decision, big month of January coming up for Liverpool Football Club, Klopp, FSG, fan base, the team, everything. And let's hope the FSG do the right thing. We all know what the right thing is. Get the 1 or 2 players in, maybe more, I don't know, but maybe 2 will be about right. Can't see them bringing in 3 or 4 players in January, but definitely 1 or 2, or even just one unbelievable quality, like of a Declan Rice or Jude Bellingham. I still can't see it, but someone like that would shut a lot of the fan base up, wouldn't it? Jude Bellingham coming in the first week in January, what a late Christmas present that would be. Or even a Declan Rice, something like that, I think would only calm the fan base down, I think. Or even a Frankie de Jong, someone like that maybe. Do you think we'll make major changes to the lineup tomorrow? Says Charlie Webb. I absolutely do, Charlie. Yes, I think he'll have to mix it up. He'll mix it up with some of the I say fringe players like Kanate, Tsimikas, Jones, Milner, maybe even young Gordon Ramsay. No, not Gordon Ramsay. Maybe young Ramsay will come in. Calvin Ramsey, of course, will come in. Has to mix it up. I mean, we've got a big game against Spurs the weekend. We do not need any more injuries. We cannot afford 1 or 2 more injuries to play Spurs away. We need everybody rocking and rolling against Spurs. We need 3 points against Spurs. So I think he's going to mix it up tomorrow night. Whether it goes super, Super light, I don't think he will because you have a chance of getting hammered by Napoli, such a good side. But he'll definitely mix it up tomorrow night. What would you go, Charlie? What would be your starting 11 for tomorrow night? I definitely would mix it up though. You can have your 2 or 3 big players on the bench if you need them. If we do not back Klopp this January, we are not getting top 4 or even top 6. But I do think we will get a midfielder and have a feeling we will get someone big like Frankie de Jong. You might not be wrong with de Jong, but let's see. I still don't think de Jong because his wages again. Here we go again. Wages. Is he on 600 grand a week? 500,000, 600 grand a week at Barca? Ridiculous wages. Absolutely horrendous wage. The wages are just ridiculous at the moment in the footballing world at the top end, aren't they? I mean, 500,000 a week. Who deserves that? I think 100 grand a week's enough. No matter how good you are. How good you are. Crazy. Absolutely crazy. But hit the like, hit the share. We stay on for another while, guys. But the big game tomorrow night, of course, at Anfield is Napoli. It is Liverpool, Napoli, Champions League, last game. We need to win 4-0 or better to win top of the group. I cannot see it, but you never know with Liverpool there. But that would be a real surprise. Napoli, I'd say will rest a few players. I would rest a few. They beat us 4-1 in the opening game, so maybe Klopp's eyeing a bit of revenge for tomorrow night, you know. He certainly doesn't want to lose another game and just keep that losing run going after the 2 bloody terrible losses we got against Forest and that horrible loss the other night, late winner by Leeds. I mean, you know, football's all about getting confidence, and maybe tomorrow night will give us confidence if we can get a win. If we fail to get top 4, would the folks in here prefer us to finish outside the Europa League places so we can have a fresh squad next season? I would, Sir Oswald. That Europa League's absolutely fucking Disneyland Cup. It's horrible. Thursday night football. You never play on Saturday again. You play Thursday, you play Sunday. You're tired. You're travelling to Kazakhstan. You're travelling all over the world. So I don't want Europa League. I don't imagine Europa Conference League. Now, that would be a Halloween nightmare. That'd be an absolute banter. I'd rather finish 8th or 9th than get Europa League. I really would, for that reason. And then just go totally for the league, maybe in a domestic cup and try to get back in the Champions League. 3 or 4 changes for tomorrow, says Neil. Hit the like, guys, hit the share. Let's get that up to 15 likes. We're on 13 at the moment. I didn't think we will get to 7. I don't think we'll get to 7. You mean 7 Champions Leagues? You never know. The season we won it now 5. We weren't particularly great in the league. I know we'd Stevie G, we'd Alonso and a few good players at that time, but that wasn't a great team that won it in 05. You never know. And as I say, come February, who knows where we'll be when the Champions League comes back. Who knows where we'll be. We could be flying in February. Who knows? Not only the Europa League, that bloody Conference League. Oh, Seamus, you're killing me, that Conference League. I mean, if you want to dress up as anything scary this Halloween, dress up as a Conference League trophy. Oh my God, Europa Conference League is an absolute piss take. Was it Roma won last year? Mourinho was crying, but I'd be crying if you're in it. That would be banter. I mean, that's banter. That's Banter City, and you deserve banter if you finish in the bleeding places for the Conference League. I would rather see us fighting for that 4th spot, says Seamus. I believe we will fight for the 4th spot, as I say. We need a bit of investment in January. We need our players back, but I think the next 2 league games, Spurs away, Southampton home, the next 2 weeks are huge. We need to get something out of them. We need to stop the rot. We need points in the bag. We need to stop the rot, get points in the bag, guys. We really, really do. And it's got to start. Now, maybe tomorrow night, Napoli, yeah, get a result, get a bit of confidence, get a few goals type of thing, blah, blah, blah. It would help. Certainly not get hammered. That wouldn't help. But have something to bring into the Spurs game, I suppose, is what I'm trying to say. They have a tricky one at Marseille. They're still not qualified. I think they need at least a point in that game. So you never know. I'll keep an eye on that game as well. I don't know if that's Wednesday night though. But definitely that Europa Conference League. Fuck it, I can't even believe we're talking about Europa Conference League. We did mention it last year with United. I mean, everybody was saying maybe they'd get into it. I mean, it's just piss take. It's absolute piss take. North Red in the house. North Red, how are you? Hit the like, hit the share, guys. I would love to make it to the Champions League. It would shut everyone up. But it's stretch unless we avoid injuries, and we had backing from our owners, so it's again a big stretch, says North Red. Yes, 2 stretches, but you never know. I don't want to stretch too much. We might get actually injured in this conversation. You know what I mean? Yeah, it is a stretch, but we shall see. We need 6 points versus Tottenham and Southampton. That is the minimum or the maximum. Well, the maximum 6 points, but hopefully it's the minimum of what Liverpool and Klopp can do. We need 6 points. We need the 2 wins. Won't be easy, especially the way we're playing at the moment, but we've just got to concentrate. That's what I'm thinking. Will one eye be on the Spurs game on Sunday and the other eye be just watching the Napoli game tomorrow night? You know, that type of way? Certainly don't want any injuries. Imagine players get injured tomorrow night for the Spurs game. I'm saying a semi-dead rummer tomorrow night, dead rubber against Napoli, where it doesn't really matter if you win. Yeah, it's great, it's good for confidence and a bit of revenge for them beating us 4-1 in the first game of it. But, you know, so you win and you get 1 or 2 players injured. What good is that? You know, so we got to be careful tomorrow night. We've got to use the squad tomorrow night. Well, who's available? If we got relegated, would you be Klopp out? Jesus Christ, relegated? No, I'd still be Klopp in. I think he'd be the only one to bring us back up. No. But look, relegated, fuck's sake. I don't think we're that bad. Relegated. But we need wins. Look, we need to get back, get up in around, fight for the top 4 in around March or April. If we can be up there 2-3 points off top 4 with 6, 7, 8 games to go, I'd take it right now. I think we'd have a great chance. I really would. But we're a while away from that at this stage. The World Cup, as I say, in 2 or 3 weeks could help us. Could have come at the right time. I think we're playing friendlies. I think we're going to play Milan and a few other things and friendlies. And players will still be training that don't go to the World Cup. I think we 7 top players going to the World Cup, something like that, 6 or 7 players. But hope they all come back fit and raring to go. North Red, just work on defending against Napoli and work on killing these attacks, the waves. We can't handle Canate's back in. Canate starts tomorrow night, I think, yeah. Who does he play though? Does he play an under fire Gomez with Canate? Does he keep Van Dijk in with a chance of Van Dijk getting injured? Does he play Tsimikas, give Robbo a rest? Possibly. Does he play Ramsey? Calvin Ramsey, who looks like he's back fit now and needs a game. I think there's not many games he's going to get a chance in playing, is there? I mean, you've got the League Cup game against Derby County in 2 weeks. Or is it next weekend, middle of next week in the League Cup? It's a good chance he'd play in that as well, isn't it? He'd definitely mix it up there with Biatasic and a few of these guys. Maybe even bring young Ben Doak, who's banging them in for the under-21s at the moment. Bring him up for that game. You never know, like a young Michael Owen. He's really, really exciting, this guy. He could even be on the bench tomorrow night. You never know. Ben Doak, don't forget that name. D-O-A-K. Ben Doak. Signed him from Celtic in the summer. He is banging the goals in. Hit the like, hit the share. 16 people in, guys. Let's get that 13 up to 16 likes. Let's go. Bang, bang, bang. Hit that like for Jurgen Norbert. Klopp. We're now in. We'll stay on for another little while. As I say, guys, tomorrow night, it's a bit of a game. It's a weird one. It's a weird game to even be talking about because it doesn't really matter that much. Every game Liverpool play in, I suppose, it's just about confidence building. I think it's a confidence builder tomorrow night. And it's a game where you don't want any bloody more injuries. That's the game. That's all I really would worry about tomorrow night. Confidence building and no injuries. If we got confidence building and no injuries out tomorrow night, I would be delighted talking on Wednesday morning with all eyes on Spurs the weekend because we've got to beat Spurs. I think we can beat Spurs. It'll be tough, but we can do it. There's no doubt about it. Our away record is fucking shite. I mean, if you're losing away at Forest, we've lost away at United and we've lost away at Arsenal. We've lost 3 lost 3 away games in the league and 1 at home, Leeds at the weekend, which we hadn't lost in age, nearly 2 years at home. Van Dijk's record has gone 69 games at home, and to lose it to Leeds. I was thinking City maybe. We beat City, and a sandwiched in beating City and Ajax 3-0 away. I mean, what is going on? It is Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde for Halloween. Happy Halloween, by the way. Just look at the Premier League table. That's your Halloween sorted, guys, if you're a Liverpool fan. Look at the Premier League table. Where are we? 9th, I think. Jesus Christ. I mean, you know, it's just we got to get back up that table and we need points. And I hope and dream we get the points against Spurs at the weekend. LFC CJ 1. We have no chance against Napoli. Liverpool 1. Napoli 3, says LFC. Wow. Nick Red, you never walk alone from Malaysia. Welcome, my friend. Hit the like, hit the share. Nick Red is in the house. What is your thoughts for tomorrow night against Napoli? Or even the big game of the weekend, of course, against Spurs. Klopp in, Klopp out. FSG in, FSG out. What are your thoughts, guys? Bafana Kai 1. We need to start a strong team and try not to be thumped by Napoli for confidence sakes, says Bafana. Yes, but we got to be careful with injuries. We do not want injuries. You know what I mean? Nick Red says FSG out. I never go against us, but we have been so bad, says LFC CJ1. Klopp in, FSG out, says LFC. I hope we draw with Napoli, says Nick Red. I hope we win against Napoli. Now, will they go strong? I mean, we have to win 4-0 for them to drop into second place, but they've qualified already. A win would be a confidence booster, absolutely, and we do need a bit of revenge considering they hammered us 4-1 in their ground start of the group, and we actually did well. We recovered well after that. I was worried after that, losing 4-1, and I think Ajax beating Rangers the same night 4-0, and you're going, uh-oh, this looks like a decent Rangers team, a decent Ajax team. Then to beat Ajax home and away, Rangers home and away, wow, you know what I mean? FSG do not deserve Klopp. You're absolutely right there. You're absolutely right there. Do the fans deserve Klopp? That's the question. Will FSG deserve Klopp after January? There's another question. FSG would be nothing without Klopp, says Nick Red. Maybe Zidane on the card. Zinedine Zidane, ex-Real Madrid, of course. The French legendary, what a player he was. He was linked with United, I think, for a while, wasn't he? Look, I want Klopp in. I mean, I'm not saying anybody's going to replace Klopp. You know, he's still there. He's Liverpool's manager. I've seen him in a press conference earlier. It's Klopp in for me, and it's even FSG in for me. But I want them to spend big in January. I want them to get behind the Klopp in the next window or two, and then maybe I'll change my mind because, you know, we've got to get behind the Klopp. To play or to manage, says, yeah, to play or to manage. We take Zinedine Zidane in midfield now, for fuck's sake, even to play, even though he's probably 40-odd, but both, says LFC, a player manager. Remember Kenny Dalglish back in the 80s was a Liverpool player manager, I think for a season. Player manager, what a player he was, of course, the King Kenny Dalglish. FSG do not deserve Zidane. It's Nick Red. Forget about Zidane. That's not going to happen. Someone was talking about Pochettino earlier on. We get demolished 4-0 by Napoli. I think confidence is lost for the Tottenham game, even Southampton game. So do not lose or draw, but it will not matter. Well, it won't matter because we qualified. As you say, it'll matter for confidence, of course. It'll matter for player confidence. You know, you don't want to be coming off that pitch at Anfield tomorrow night getting beaten by Napoli, do you? It just compounds the problem. Obviously, you want a performance, you want a result, even if the game doesn't really mean much. You know, okay, the 3 points and revenge and whatever you want to call it. But we've qualified, and I think we've done well to qualify. We really have, which is brilliant, but we got to get our home form. Got to get the home form. Trends, daily, entertainment news, draw written all over it. Think both teams will rotate. Yep. If you were a Paddy Power, a betting man, you'd probably put it on a 1-1 or something like that. I think Napoli will definitely rotate as well. I mean, they're doing well in the Italian league, La Liga, or in the Premier League. Why wouldn't they rest 3 or 4 players for tomorrow night? Maybe even have them on the bench, considering they have a big game the weekend as well in the league. So, and they have a chance to win. I mean, they're going to be dark horses in the Champions League. I mean, at the moment, is there a better team in Europe? Is there a better team? Name it. A better team in Europe than Napoli at the moment? I don't know one. But does Zidane even speak English, or will he be getting another Nunez? Does Zidane speak English? I think he's multilingual, isn't he? Obviously, he's French and he speaks Spanish, but I wouldn't be surprised. I think I've seen him in an interview speaking English. I don't know how good his English is, but what a player he was. My God, Zinedine Zidane. World-class player he was. Absolute legend of a player, but I want Klopp to stay at Liverpool. I don't want Zinedine Zidane. I don't want Pochettino. I want Jurgen Norbert Klopp on this Halloween Monday, guys. That's what I want. Happy Halloween to all the guys in the house. Hit the like for Halloween, baby. Hit the like for Halloween. It would be a classic 1-1 or 2-2. Napoli and Liverpool will massively rotate as we and Napoli have qualified. So yeah, but what did you say there? But imagine we beat them 5-0. Now that would be nice, wouldn't it? And no injuries. Hi Dave, Liverpool to win 2-1, says John Conway. That's what we need. Bit of confidence. John Conway in. How are you, John? Hopefully you're well, my friend. Absolutely. Stevie G will be kicking himself leaving Rangers. If he'd stayed there and won a few more trophies, there would be a few more people on the Klopp out bandwagon. Oh, I want Jurgen. By the way, I want Jurgen forever. He's there till 2026. He signed a new contract. I want him there. I want him to get the players he wants from FSG. I want Liverpool to rebuild. I want them to reset. I want them to go again. That's what I want. Situation Liverpool now, same as Dortmund. Klopp his last day at Dortmund, says Nick Red. We were all talking about the 7-year course, I think it was called, at Dortmund, where on a 7th year, I mean, fighting up against like Bayern Munich for years and winning leagues and getting to a Champions League final with Dortmund on relatively hardly any money, similar to Liverpool City, something similar, probably even worse. And then in the seventh season, basically collapsed, and we all know what happened. But I don't know. Is that bullshit? Is that different situation at Liverpool? Of course, absolutely different situation. I mean, Liverpool are a bigger club than Dortmund, worldwide, fan base wise, money wise, everything. That's why Klopp came to us, of course. They're similar. Dortmund, singing You Never Walk Alone. But we do want Jude Bellingham from Dortmund. So any Dortmund fans or anybody listening, or even Jude Bellingham himself listening, come to Liverpool in January, if not in the summer, please. Dortmund not able to back up Klopp with funds. Well, they didn't have the bloody money. They have a different sort of regime over there in the German league as well. I know Bayern Munich can buy who they want, and they've got all the money. They're the big boys. They're the big boys in the German league, of course, Bayern Munich. But it's a different league. I mean, Klopp, Dortmund are not Liverpool. Liverpool are not Dortmund. I still think and hope Klopp can turn it around. I trust in Klopp. The question is, will FSG give him the funds to turn it around? That's the question we're asking here, guys. I mean, I want Klopp. I mean, I'd be devastated if Klopp left or went, or absolutely devastated. And I can't see it happening anytime soon. Let's hope it doesn't. A decent midfielder signing, and Kanate Diaz back, and we'll be able to reset. Everyone looks shocking at the minute, but it's a team game. Get someone with legs, and Thiago can play his game, etc., says Trends Daily Entertainment News. Don't forget Jota has gotta, Dalota, the Portuguese. Really miss him, miss Diaz. So there's two. It'll be like two new signings. That's what I'm worried about. Well, will FSG call them new signings when they come back at Christmas time? Wow, they're like two new signings. Yeah, you've heard that one before. No, we need two real new signings in January. That's what we want. FSG won't pull the rug over the fans' eyes this time. It just won't happen. It will not happen. Hit the like, hit the share, guys. As I say, it's Klopp in for me. It's FSG in for the moment. But what are you? Are you in? Are you out? Are you a fan of the big German? Do you get that? Fan of the big German, Jurgen Norbert Klopp. I am. Who can we get in January, Dave? It depends how much money you have to spend. I mean, everyone's talking about Declan Rice. Everybody's talking about Jude Bellingham. But in January, would West Ham sell Declan Rice in January? Would Dortmund sell, would Dortmund sell their prized asset in January? I don't think so. I think they're more summer signings. They're more June, July, August signings, to be fair. I cannot see it. I'd love to see it, one of them or both of them, but I can't see it in January. I don't know. I think it'd be more of a 20, 30 million pound type signing in January, or two of them. That type of thing. Or maybe do the deals in January with Jude or with Declan Rice and say, right, we're doing the deal now. You sign like an Naby Keita type deal. You play for the team and we have you in the summer. But we actually need fresh blood. We need fresh blood. We need fresh blood at Liverpool. We need it in January. Where are you now, Dave? Says Nick Red. I am in Dublin in Ireland, my friend. Dublin in Ireland. Dave, I think you will be Klopp out by Christmas. Definitely not Klopp out by Christmas. We've only got 2 league games left till Christmas, my friend. We don't come back until Boxing Day, the 26th, which is the day after Christmas, after the World Cup. We play Villa away, and I think it's Brentford and Leicester, and then the window opens. So definitely not. Even if we lost against Spurs, even if we lost against Southampton, which I'm hoping we don't, still won't be Klopp out. Come on. We still have half a season to go. Let's see. Let's get behind the Klopp. Let's get behind the team. Never Klopp out. No better manager for LFC, says Trents. There you go, baby. Hit the like. Hit the share. Let's hit that like button, baby. Let's get people in. Let's get it up to 20 likes and get more people in for a bit of a chat. We'll stay on longer and we shall chat LFC. Yeah. But back to tomorrow night, guys. Of course, it is Napoli visiting Anfield tomorrow night. It's going to be an interesting one. Will Liverpool rest players? We don't want to get any more injuries. Will Napoli rest players? I think Napoli will rest players as well. They're more or less, well, they're true. Both teams are true. But Napoli more or less won it. They beat them by, I think, 3 or 4 clear goals. Even if they play half a team, for us, even if we played a full team against their half team, to beat them 3 or 4 now would be tough, let's say. Wouldn't be impossible. Of course, nothing is impossible at Anfield. We've learned that over the years. But the way we're playing at the moment, it would be tough. We are fucked up if Klopp went, says Nick Red. Big time. What managers out there and who would work better under the strict financial restraints, says Trends. Exactly. Who would come in? Who would come in under the cost like that from FSG? Klopp's not going anywhere. I think the only problem with Klopp is if Klopp himself made the decision to leave himself and said, listen, I can't bring this team any further. I can't do any more. I'm not being backed by FSG and left in the summer. That'd be my big problem. I can't see him leaving in January. But if he, left in the summer and said, listen, I'm going, I'm leaving, 2 years, 3 years earlier than I should have. I can't see it. He usually runs out his contract. I cannot see it. It is lashing rain here in Dublin, Ireland. Hit the like, hit the share. Let's get people in. As I say, we're going to have a little chat about FSG, Klopp, where we are at the moment. We're not where we want to be. It is Halloween. Happy Halloween to everybody. Have a look at the Premier League table. That is your Halloween. That's my Halloween. I just look at the table and it is scary. Nick Red, Pep wins trophies with money and genius. Klopp wins trophies with management and genius. Less the money. Now, we still have money. Don't get me wrong. We still have money. I did a video earlier. Check it out on the Swiss Ramble one. But not as much, of course. Fans are in denial phase despite knowing Klopp keep using the same strategy. It's not working. Do we need a plan B? Do we need a plan C? Do we need to change the formation tomorrow night? Will he mix it up and experiment tomorrow night, considering what the game is? Maybe he will. Maybe he will. The only way Dortmund sell Bellingham is if we give them big money like 120, 145 million and plus Keita. Who'd take Keita, to be fair? Who would take Keita, to be fair? I mean, always injured. Probably get injured on the plane, signing the bloody form, signing the transfer. Injure his hand, signing the transfer fee. But we shall see. I think he might walk, Dave, but that'll be on the owners. If they give the green light, some decent signs, I think Klopp will get his mojo back. I hope Mo Salah gets his mojo back. He has been doing it in every game. I mean, he scored against Leeds, a lovely goal the other night, but just we want more from Mo. We want more from the talisman, the Egyptian king. I do miss Diaz. I do miss Jota. I mean, if we had those two in around the squad now, would we have lost to Forest? Even the way we're playing, would we have lost to Leeds? I don't think so. I mean, if you'd had them on the pitch, even to come off last 2025, just gives you a different dynamic, gives you a boost. So we really, really, really do miss. We really do miss these two. Nick Red is asking a question, plus Ox for free. We want Naby and Ox. But they're both injured. Who's going to take them? And they're on big, big wages, remember. I think both of them are gone in the summer, I think, anyway. And they're on a free. And there isn't both contracts are up in the summer for Ox and Naby. I can see them just leaving for free. Why would Liverpool offer both of them contracts when they're never there? Unless it was a pay-per-play contract or something like that, which they won't agree to. And they're at an age where they're going to have to play, but they're going to have to be fit to play, Sonia Ruse is in. Hi, Dave. FSG must be showing the door sooner the better. This is Sonia. Hit the like, Sonia. Hit the share. Let's go, baby. Let's get in. Let's stay on for another little while. Let's get that up to 20 likes. Hit that like button for Jurgen Norbert Klopp. But if you want FSG out, hit the like. That's another one, because there seems to be a lot of FSG outers here. But that's not me, as I say. I just want them to spend in January and summertime, because we need two big windows, I think, to get back into that top four race and be relevant. Be relevant at the elite level. We need to spend. And all the other teams, my worry is if we don't spend and get what we want in January, all the other teams are going to do it. We're going to fall even further behind. You've Newcastle there who've money. You've Spurs. I mean, you've even Everton are going to spend. You've United. City and Arsenal, yes, they will spend, absolutely. You've Chelsea, who I think will spend big because they're sort of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. So we gotta be matching them at least in the window. We got to be matching them. Kanate will start tomorrow, says Neil. Yeah, Klopp says he's available. Kanate will definitely start, I think, tomorrow. But the question is it beside Van Dijk or is it beside Gomez? Hope LFC fans around the world can do something on FSG. Well, they bring out the red and white scarves outside Anfield instead of the golden green scarves at Old Trafford for United. We need to adapt, says Bafana. We need to adapt our way of playing. Madrid didn't win the Champions League through intensity because of their ageing midfield. Yeah, that's true. That is absolutely true. Didn't know what that was. It is lashing rain down here in Dublin on Halloween. I'm sure the fire brigade will be happy because most bonfires will be put out with the rain. I'd give Kanate 45 and prep him for Sunday. I think it's Sunday, isn't it? Sunday game against Spurs. I like Kanate. When Kanate's back fit, I mean, him and Van, he's a big colossus. He's a big boy, isn't he? He's dangerous. He's dangerous from free kicks and stuff like that. I mean, Gomez has made a few mistakes, of course. We've pinpointed it. Maybe Gomez needs to be taken out for a while, yes. But do you play Gomez, Van, and Kanate on tomorrow night and rest Van Dijk for the Spurs game and then play Kanate, Van Dijk for the Spurs game? That's what I would do. But let's see what Klopp would do. Let's see what Klopp would do. I told you the team I'd play for tomorrow night. I would really, really mix it up. I would go Kelleher. He needs a game. Hasn't played in a long time. So Kelleher, Quiva Kelleher in goal. I'd play Kanate, Gomez. I'd play Tsimikas. I'd play young Ramsey if he's available. If not, I'd play Milner there. But if Ramsey's available, play him there. Play Milner in midfield with Curtis Jones and Hendo. And up front, what do you do? Do you play Carvalho? Do you play Bobby and Nunez? Rest Salah and maybe Elliott? Something like that. That's what I would do. Play Nunez up on his own with Bobby and Elliott there. Something like that. Give Phillips a chance instead of Gomez. Yes, Nick Red. Very good shout. Maybe play Kanate and Phillips. Have Gomez and Van Dijk on the bench. Yes, good shout. I forgot about old Nat. Big Nat. Deserves to be playing football. I mean, he's not going to get a huge amount of chances, is he? I mean, if the game tomorrow night, you've got the League Cup game against Derby. I think it's next week, 10 days away at Anfield. I'd say you're playing that. Do you play young Bjaticic in midfield as well? I mean, you've options there. Do you bring young Ben Doak up on from the bench, the young under-21, banging in the goals in the under-21s? Really looks an exciting striker. I think he's only 18. What do? We let Tyler Morton go to Blackburn. I think that could have been a mistake. He's a really good midfield player. He probably would have got a bit more game time in midfield. He's on loan at Blackburn. Will he come back in January? He's playing well for Blackburn at the moment. I think Kanate has the potential to give both Van Dijk and Trent a bit of a boost. He's a big boy, isn't he? He's a big boy, Kanate. What is he, 6'3"? And he's built like a tank. As I say, he can get the odd goal, get the odd header as well from corners. He's a danger. Him and Van Dijk could be dangerous from corners and free kicks, of course. It just gives us that little added dimension. But we do miss Matip. Big Joel Matip is a big miss for Liverpool because I think Van Dijk, when Van Dijk has Matip beside him, it's just a totally different level. But it's the midfield that's caused the problems for me. It really is the midfield that's caused all the problems for me. I think there's no protection there in midfield. Fabinho has not been at it. Hendo's not been at it. Thiago even has been better, but not at it. And once you don't have that protection, it just overruns. The midfield gets overrun, and that's how you get chances. That's how you get mistakes. You're overrun, and there's no protection. And then the front line is not being fed either. So it's sort of a bit of both, and the midfield is key to the way we're playing at the moment. And the results we're getting at the moment, I think it all points to midfield. And that's why Klopp, FSG, want to buy one or two players in the midfield area in January. That's what we need. I mean, we'll have Diaz and Jota coming back to bolster the front line. So we're okay there if they come back fit. It'll be the midfield we need. Matip to replace VVD when he's back. Verge doesn't know how to time his tackles anymore, says LFC. Calvin Ramsey must be due an appearance, says Trent. Yes, he's back fit in, and I have a feeling Calvin Ramsey could make his debut tomorrow night at right full and give Trent a rest. Maybe play Trent in midfield. I don't know. But Calvin Ramsey definitely. He might try Trent in midfield. I was just thinking of that the other day. What a chance to try play football and player in midfield. Play Calvin Ramsey in behind him. Would he do it against Napoli, an attacking side like Napoli? I don't know. Trent's been good in the last two, to be honest. Yeah, but we need him to be good against Spurs more than we need him to be good against Napoli, don't we? You know what I mean? But we shall see. Hit the like, hit the share, guys. Let's get people in. As I say, I'll stay longer. The more people we get in, the more chats that we have. It is lashing down rain here in Dublin. It is Halloween. Happy Halloween, guys.
Why are you going home?
As I say, it is scary at the moment. It's scary to look at the table, the Premier League table. My God, it is scary. I would not have thought that at the start of the season. We were all full of hope after the Champions League, after the Charity Shield win against City, and go, wow, this is it. Bang, 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 let's go. Have we fallen? Okay, injuries, lack of money and stuff like that in transfers. But wait, Dave, you have kids, didn't even know. Guess you'll be walking them trick-or-treating. You have one child, Abigail, she's 11. I'm 50 next year, baby. 50. 5-0 next April. Hoping to go to Liverpool for that weekend. That would be a nice celebration. Hopefully we're in a better place to celebrate my 50th next year. But yes, half a century. That makes me really old. But I'm one child. I do a bit of trick-or-treating tonight, I suppose. But it's raining at the moment. And maybe have a little party here with a pumpkin and stuff like that. Scary, scary thought. As I say, guys, hit the like, hit the share. Let's get people in. Let's chat about the Reds. That's what it's about. And it's the only thing taking my mind off the bullshit that's happening in the world right now. Haven't looked at the table this season, says Bafana. Don't look now. If you haven't looked at it, don't look now, baby. Do not look on Halloween. Do not look on Halloween. Big birthday next year, quadruple for Dave's 50, it says LFC. That would be not anything. Top 4 for me 50 I'd take now in a good Champions League run. Finish fourth in a good Champions League run, as in quarter semis, would do me. Obviously, I want to win it. I'm trying to be realistic here. When's she back, Abs?
He said like half an hour, 20 minutes.
But as I say, huge weekend, I think, more than tomorrow night. Huge game against Spurs incoming, and we gotta wake up, smell the coffee. We gotta wake up and smell the coffee, and it's gotta happen quick. The games are just ticking off and pulling away from us, and Klopp doesn't look happy. The fan base is getting angry. They're turning on the owners, and things could get pear-shaped, guys. And we've a World Cup in November to look forward to. Our players keep their foot for the World Cup. Keep their foot for the World Cup. We've 7 players going to the World Cup. I think out of the top 6, 7, 8 clubs, I think there she is in the background. There's Abigail in the background there. I think it's we're one of the fewer players going away, if I'm right. I know Jota got injured, so he won't be going with Portugal. So I'm hoping we can have him back fit and ready to rock. We'll need him fit and ready to rock, of course. And Diaz as well. I don't think Colombia are in the World Cup anyway, but we'll have the likes of a Hendo. Will Trent go? I don't know. Will Hendo go? Yes. Will they call up a Harvey Elliott? You never know. Especially Virgil and Fab. Will Fabinho and Alisson be going with Brazil, of course. Virgil will be going with Holland. Trent, Hendo, you would think. Salah's not going with Egypt. So, we've a nice little spine that won't be going. So we shall see. We shall see. Nice little Diet Coke here, baby. I think we'll give it the hour and a half. What we got? 80 minutes in, 81 minutes in. Hit the like, hit the share, get people in. The more likes, the more people come in. Usually the way it works. Let's get it up to 20 likes before we go. What are we on? 15. Hit the like button, baby. So guys, come on, get your 11 in for tomorrow night. What do you think will happen tomorrow night? I think it'll be 1-1. I think both teams will mix it up. I think both teams don't need to play the full team, to be fair. It's at Anfield, it's under the lights. It's a Champions League night, always special at Anfield. I don't expect anything else other than a confidence booster from tomorrow night. A confidence booster for whoever plays. Maybe we'll see young Ramsey, Calvin Ramsey at right back making his full debut. Maybe we'll see a different formation. Maybe he'll go 4-4-2 tonight. Maybe he'll just try something different because of the game that it is. But I'm sure he'll want something out of the game. I mean, we're Liverpool. The fans pay big money into the game. It'll be packed out. You're not just going to turn up with your under-21s and get hammered by Napoli. That would do nothing. Nothing for your confidence, would it? So I think he'll play half a decent team. But he'll definitely make 3 or 4 changes. And I would be surprised if he didn't. I wouldn't be surprised if he played Nunez, though. I think Nunez needs runs of games and needs to try to get a few goals. I'd be surprised if he starts Mo Salah, though. Alisson, Tsimikas, Kanate, Gomez, Ramsey, Thiago, Hendo, Ox, Carvalho, Nunez, and Salah, says LFC. Ben Duac, hat-trick incoming, says, yeah, of course. Ben Duac or Doak. He's a really good, exciting young lad, isn't he? Under-21s, banging them in for the under-21s at the moment. I think is he 18, even 18? He is banging them in. I'd like to see him even on the bench. Have him on the bench, give him a bit of a taste of it. Maybe to start against Derby County in the League Cup next week. Liverpool destroyed my weekend for 2 weeks straight. We play shit against shit teams. We usually play good against good teams. So Napoli are a good team. Fabinho, too slow. By the time he gets to the World Cup, it will be over. Wow. I like that. That's a bit of a pun intended, of course. Pun intended. I do like that. But as I say, guys, I mean, it's a big game. It's a big game. Every game is big for Liverpool because we're looking for that confidence. We're looking for that win. We're looking for that performance from, Nunez getting a hat-trick, or we're looking for something. What a better team to do it against in the Champions League in Napoli when everybody's watching and expecting you not to do it. The type of way. But as I say, there is a different mentality going into that game tomorrow night for the fact that both teams have qualified. If there was something on the game and we needed something from it, similar to what Spurs need, at least a draw away at Marseille, you would say differently. You'd have to go strong. You'd have to get your strongest team available. But the fact that there's nothing actually on it, other than we beat them 4-0 and we win the group, And even sometimes winning the group doesn't matter anyway. But I'm just looking at it this season. I think it's important. It would have been important to win the group because there's a lot of teams that are winning the groups are very, very strong, and a lot of the English teams for us are winning the group. So that will make it harder on us not to get a weaker team, because the likes of Bayern Munich, Real Madrid. I mean, we could get a Bayern Munich or Real Madrid. Imagine Mane against Liverpool in the last 16. I have a feeling we might get Bayern Munich. If we finish second, Bayern are going to win the group. Imagine getting Bayern Munich and Mane at Anfield. Wow. Very, very interesting. It's a while away. I think the draw is the first week in December, but it's a possibility. If we don't win the group, we play either Madrid, Bayern, or PSG. Exactly. There you go. There you go. I think FC Bruges, the Belgium team, who have really, really done unbelievable, and they've surprised so many. FC Bruges are up there. They won their group. Imagine getting them. I would like them. No, they're decent. They're dangerous. But you want FC Bruges. Did FC Porto win their group? But FC Bruges is what you want, definitely. I mean, you don't want PSG. You don't want Madrid. Yeah, Bayern Munich. We have a good record against them. Mane in the mirror. Who knows? Who knows, guys? But hit the like, hit the share before we go. As I said, I'm not going to stay on much longer, but just to basically delve into the game and the mindset of fans. I'm going to do this a lot more often. Pop in, pop out. Hit the like, hit the share, hit the sub. Follow us on Twitter, Instagram at Dave's LFC Chats on Instagram and Twitter as well. There's a lot of time when I'm going live. I say it on Twitter, I'm going live a certain time, and Instagram as well. So check out Instagram and Twitter at Dave's LFC Chats. YouTube, of course. We miss Mane's finishing. Nunez is so hesitant. He could add 2, could add 3. Probably the other night against Leeds, but I only wanted him to get one of them because I think if Nunez had scored when he had that great chance, it was a good save from Messler, but he should have scored. It's a different game. Goals change games. Liverpool go 2-1 up there with the crowd. I think they win the game. They were a bit hesitant in the last 10 because we didn't take those 2 chances, and it just handed the initiative to Leeds. And we know how bad Leeds are. I mean, look at Forest. You hammered 5-0 yesterday by Arsenal. That's the real Forest. The real Forest did not stand up at Anfield, Liverpool at the City Ground last week when they beat us 1-0. That wasn't the real Forest. That was just Liverpool being so fucking bad. The real Forest was yesterday 5-0. They probably will get relegated now. They probably still get relegated. Cedric Lopez in the house. Big up Dave. Don't think we sack Klopp. Got to think, who would we get? Could be in Chelsea situation. Their manager is good, but I don't think they should have got rid of Tuchel. Thomas Tuchel, of course. Go on, Cedric. Hit the like, hit the share, my friend. How are you? Hopefully you are well. Nobody's saying get rid of Klopp. I'm certainly not thinking of getting rid of Klopp. I love Klopp. We all love Klopp. There's a few in here saying Klopp out and all that, but I just think as the owners got to back him in January, got to back him next summer. FSG have got to back Klopp. Klopp's the right man for the job, but he needs backing. He needs backing. He needs players. We need midfielders. That's what we need. And we need a boost of confidence. We need a boost of fresh blood, fresh legs in January so we can go on a run and hopefully get into the top 4 or maybe do something in the Champions League and FA Cup and League Cup or whatever. I think Liverpool might ease off in the likes of the League Cup and the FA Cup for the very fact we just won't have players and there'll be too many games. We're both holders of the League Cup and FA Cup, of course, so we've already done that, been there, done that. So I think he mixes it up for the League Cup. He mixes it up for the FA Cup, like he did last year. But he mixes it up even more, dilutes it, and just concentrates on the League and Champions League. That's what I want. That's what I want. Only feels like Klopp's been in Liverpool for 4 years, but it's 7 years. It was 7 years on October the 8th, my friend. October the 8th, 2015. Was it October the 8th, 2015? My mother passed away on October the 20th, 2015. My man passed away a week or 2 after Klopp came in. My head was all over the shop, which is rightly so, of course. So Klopp had just come in and my man passed away, and I'll always remember that, of course. But no, 7 years. 7 years, first week in October. Wow. But he's turned us around. He's turned us from doubters to believers, and now people are doubting him. He turned us from doubters into believers, and now people are doubting Klopp. You can doubt FSG, the owners, all you want. Never doubt Jurgen Norbert Klopp, because I am a big fan of Klopp, the German, of course. But guys, as I say, it is Halloween. It is scary. Can be crazy, but it's just great. Look, we're Liverpool fans. We love them win, lose or draw, of course, absolutely. I'll be a Liverpool fan no matter what happens this season. I'm a Liverpool fan since the mid-80s, about 85, 86 season, something like that, when we were unbelievable, winning everything, winning doubles in 86 and stuff like that. Unbelievable team. JB, John Barnes, Ronnie Whelan, Alan Hansen, Mark Lawrence, and what a team. Grobler in goal. What a team we've had. We've had great teams up until then. We've had Michael Owen, Robbie Fowler, what a finisher he was, Ian Rush, Aldo. I mean, Torres, the list goes on and on and on and on. Luis Suarez, what a striker he was. Spooky, says LFC. It is spooky. It's very spooky to be a Liverpool fan at the moment, but I hope you're not too spooked. And I'm hoping that Nunez can ghost into the box tomorrow night and score a few goals against Napoli. Did you like the pun on that one? Ghost in and get a few goals against Napoli, and we can get a result and bring it into the Spurs game the weekend. That's what I'd like. That's really what I would like. But we shall see. We shall see. What else have we got? Hi, Dave. How are you? Absolutely great, my friend. How are you? What is your thoughts on Liverpool so far this season? Piosh Kant. Is it Piosh Kant? Am I saying that right? I'm great, my friend. Hit the like, hit the share. Let's get in. Let's rock and roll. Piosh. What do you think of Napoli tomorrow night at Anfield? What do you think of Spurs the weekend? We've 2 league games left. We need 6 points. We need to move up that bloody table before the World Cup starts in 2 or 3 weeks' time. I will watch the World Cup. I still think it's wrong to have a World Cup in November. Me as a kid growing up in the 80s, you know, World Cup was always in the summertime. So you get kicked the ball around in June or July after the World Cup with your friends in the sun and a bit of warmth. Now it's raining. It'll be snowing probably. It'll be icy. You'll be ice skating around. You won't be bleeding kicking a ball. It's November, for God's sake. It is wrong. It's a mistake. Hopefully it won't happen again, because the World Cup for me is heritage. It's summertime. It's memories. It's not November, but I will watch it, because there'll be nothing else on. Premier League stopped. All the bloody leagues, the big leagues have stopped because of FIFA and their idiotic move to bring it to Qatar, which they couldn't have in summer there because about 56 degrees. It'd be warm enough probably in November either. I mean, it'd be warm in November either way, but crazy. There's obviously issues with the building and the stadiums. A lot of workers died, and there's, you know, human rights issues and still will be in Qatar before and after the World Cup, you know, and stuff like that. But that's another podcast. That's another days. It's still going ahead, guys. I will ring you before the game tomorrow. I have to go. Neil, thanks very much. Hit the like before. It's my brother Neil in the house. Thanks, Neil. Talk to you soon. Bro, yes, absolutely. I'll do stuff. I'll do more stuff. Might even do something later for another build-up show. But definitely do something tomorrow pre and post. I always do an instant match reaction straight after the game. About 5 minutes after the game, with hopefully I'm in a good humour. But the last few instant match reactions have not been in a good humour, have I? I mean, the 1-0 at Forest was ridiculous, and of course the 2-1 against Leeds, wow, was not good. So I'm hoping for a few more better match reactions, where the instant match reaction and I'm actually smiling rather than frowning. That would be good. Yeah, I think it's done by far at the bottom. We've already reached. We'll go up from here now. Oh, I like the positivity, my friend. After the World Cup, it'll be different thing altogether. And I have a feeling that we are getting 2 signings in January. I hope you're right, my friend. Bafana, Nunez needs to be better. His left foot cost a lot of chances. Fall to his left, a bit like Mane, says Bafana. Mane in the mirror. Make that change, as Michael Jackson used to say. But guys, I think we leave it there. The voice is starting to go, and I want to save some for maybe later. Hit the like, hit the share before you go. Follow us on Instagram and YouTube and Twitter and YouTube at Dave's LFC Chats for more. We'll leave it there. I think it's going to finish 1-1 tomorrow night, but we need to get confidence. We will make changes, get a bit of confidence. No more injuries. No more injuries this side of the World Cup. We need to get a few results. 2 big league games to come. We need 6 points next 2 league games. Tomorrow night is a confidence builder. Maybe it's a change. Maybe you'll try something different. We need to do something. Hit the like before you go. Thanks for popping in. You'll never walk alone. Stay safe. Happy Halloween, guys. Happy Halloween from here in Dublin. Enjoy your night. Big game tomorrow night, of course, with the Reds. Talk soon. Stay safe. You'll never walk alone. It is spooky. And if you look at that table, it is even spookier for Reds fans.